Hi, I'm Jon Huddleston, and welcome back to The Big Picture. Winchester is the home of the Apple Blossom Festival and a history dating back since before the Revolutionary War. It is also the home of Peter Buchbauer, a family lawyer who has practiced law in the area for more than 25 years. Peter is also a devoted community servant who has helped feed the hungry for more than 10 years. Join me as we meet Peter Buchbauer.
Well, the Night's Kitchen started in 1997. It began because we received a request from a local executive director of a local charity suggesting that there were people in our community that needed to be fed, that there were a growing homeless population. And so she asked the Knights of Columbus if they would provide soup and sandwiches 1 day a week, open their council home downtown for that purpose. So we did. We originally started as a 10-week project, but at the end of the 10 weeks, one of the volunteers suggested that aren't they hungry the rest of the year? And so we continued, and although we haven't had a specific charge to do it, we've continued throughout the time since 1997 to the present. The kitchen originally was soup and sandwiches for people that walked in, and it evolved to the point where we have now about 80 or 85 individuals who have been identified and screened through a local charity who have home delivery of soup, sandwiches, canned goods, dried goods, baked goods that are brought on a weekly basis. So in addition to the 20 to 40 people that we serve at the kitchen, there's another 80 people who have somewhere between 1 and 4 meals brought to them for the week, all on Wednesday evening. I began my contact with the Soup Kitchen in 2000. I was the Grand Knight of our council at the time, and we undertook a major renovation of our council home in order to create a kitchen space and a more suitable dining space for the people that were coming in. After that time, we organized into 5 teams, and I've been captaining one of those 5 teams since about 2001. To walk away from the office for 4 hours on a Wednesday afternoon has an impact on everybody in the office. I mean, the staff has to field phone calls. I've found that, when I have a suggested trial date, I'll just say to the judge, this is my soup kitchen day, and for some reason the judge has been very receptive to allowing me to not schedule on those days. At the soup kitchen, when you see somebody comes in with a child, they're hungry, you have an ability to not only serve them food, but in the Night's Kitchen, we actually serve them. They sit down and dine, and we bring them the food. We ask them what they would like to drink of the beverages we have available. I like to think that at the Night's Kitchen, we just don't feed their physical hunger, but we also treat them sometimes in a way that they don't have a lot of opportunity to be treated. Most soup kitchens in the area, you walk in, you walk through a line, you serve yourself, you sit down. Here we try to provide a sense of human dignity to some people that are in very difficult circumstances. Some of them are homeless, some of them are sleeping in the parks, under bridges and so forth in our area. So we like to, I think it's good to be able to see the people that you're actually helping, and that makes it more real. We had one of our deliverers had a client who he brought food to each week, and he was a disabled veteran, lived in a really grungy apartment here in Winchester. And after bringing him food for several weeks, the gentleman wanted to give him some money. And he said, I can't take any money, this is free. And the guy said, well, I just got my check, and I want to give you some money because you've been bringing me food. He said, well, no, it's free, He said, well, let me give you the money and you can buy the food for somebody else. And that's the connection that gets made. And when that gentleman passed away, our volunteer who delivered to him for over 5 years was the person who handled all the arrangements. He had no family. He made the arrangements for him, for his burial and all of that personally. The major thing that I work on right now, other than the Knights Kitchen, is a scholarship program that we have through the Knights of Columbus. We started it about 11 years ago, and over the last 5 years it's solely funded through a golf tournament that essentially my office produces. I take one of my employees, works for several weeks, almost exclusively on lining up golfers, lining up sponsors, and we generate roughly $10,000 a year. This year we gave out seven $750 scholarships to graduating high school students, plus we funded a full scholarship at our local Catholic school. So that's near and dear to my heart. I think the youth is the future and education is important. So by melding something that I love, which is golf, with a scholarship program, I kill two birds with one stone. We're at about $30,000 of scholarship money that we've given out over the years. We started with 4 scholarships of $250 each, and obviously we gave out $5,250 of high school scholarships this year. So it's expanded, and it's quite gratifying to see the impact it has on people's lives. Those kids will stay in contact with us. You know, they'll thank us to let us know how things are going. And this past year, the person who started the project, the scholarship program, when he was Grand Knight, passed away, and so we were able to rename the scholarship in his memory. And when we gave out the scholarships this year, his family was able to attend and see the recognition, the good work that his thoughts, his view of what the future needed to be has done. And I've been glad to pick up his water, so to speak, and carry it on and make it bigger and better.
Pete, I want to thank you for taking the time to spend with us today and to tell us not only about the Knights Kitchen, but the other projects and that are going on here in the Winchester area. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Virginia is for good lawyers. Our country was founded by the lawyer legislator. Join us next time as we meet a Richmond lawyer who continues this tradition.